Dave again. All right. So I'm in York, and this is the city wall that goes around the city of York. That is York Minster. Apparently my great-grandfather was Archbishop Edwin Sands in the 1500s, 1577 to 1588. So this is a cool town. A lot of little shops, a little neat shopping area that's like got a bunch of old Tudor type buildings. Guessing one of these houses probably would have been, it's right next to the church. Might have been where my great-grandfather lived in these things. But anyway, so I guess this wall goes around the city. So I'll be, I don't know if I'm going to walk around the whole thing, but I'll be walking around a lot of it. Supposedly there's a castle or a castle museum. That's kind of where I'm heading to right now. But you do get a nice view from the wall. So I might just walk around the whole thing. I guess it was built in the 1200s. 1300s. To keep out the Scottish. I guess the Scottish from the north were raiding the city of York. And these are city walls. It's pretty cool. And I've played, what is that game, like Civilization? And you always build city walls for to defend against attackers. So that's what these are, city walls. Must be like a University of York. Yep. What does that say? I just missed it. So this is cool. They got a little lookout point. It's a good way to see the city, I guess. York St. John University. Pretty cool. Actually not a bad day. It's probably in the 80s, upper 70s. Nice day for a walk on the city wall. So there's York Minster. Guess I'll be walking around York Minster, which is cool. Can't really get a good view of it. In the city, there's so many buildings around that you're up close. So you want to take a picture of York Minster, you have to be like basically right in front of it, so you can't get the whole thing on the camera. Yeah, I like York. York is nice. Look out into somebody's backyard. So what can I say about England so far? Been here for a couple of weeks. Mostly been over Southern England. It's London. Look out into somebody's backyard.
I was thinking like you put your fingers in and getting it out, and then like, yeah. You don't like that, do you? I remember you don't like just putting fingers in. No, I don't.
It's different. It's very different than America. Not in a bad way. It's just very different. Very strange. The stoplights even go from red to yellow to green instead of green to yellow to red, which is backwards. You drive on the left side of the road instead of the right side, which is backwards. And everybody here speaks English. This is the first place that I've been on a vacation where they actually speak English as a primary language. You know, obviously India and Greece and Mexico and China and Japan and everywhere else I've been, most places speak English as a second language or something, but not everywhere. It's usually like at the hotels or the restaurants or people that are making money off you. Once you get into the smaller communities and the outskirts of town, it's kind of iffy on whether you're going to find anybody you can communicate to. But here everybody speaks English, and I have a bunch of ancestors from here. This is where everybody came from. They came to America in the 1600s. What's going on here? Yeah, so they all came from to America in the 1600s from here. So I have ancestors that are from here going back to before the 1600s. So going to all their hometowns and seeing where they all lived and where my family comes from. It's been pretty interesting. A lot of this stuff was around when they were here too. Yeah, you can go in. Okay. Alright, so there's a river, and then you gotta cross the river and then get on the walls on the other side of the river, I guess. I guess they didn't build walls over the rivers in the 1200s. So anyways, this is York. A lot of neat little old buildings everywhere. Like those look like they're pretty old. And it looks like they have like multiple, looks like they have like old stones with newer bricks. So they're probably reusing old buildings to build the new ones. Yeah, I lost the wall. Alright, well, I'm going to turn this off and try to find the other wall again. Alright, so it looks like I found the other wall. There's gonna have to make room. Okay. Side rail. Ooh, looks like the rest of the wall doesn't have this up. Maybe over there it does. Oh, it's a good way to walk off lunch, anyways. Just had vegetarian fish and chips. Instead of fish, they have halloumi cheese, whatever that means. Halloumi. I'll have to look it up. But basically pretend fish and chips. The tartar sauce and everything. Lots of vegetarian options in England. That's one thing I've noticed. Okay, so I think wherever this wall ends, I gotta be getting close to the Castle Museum. Okay. So I'll be here probably a couple more hours. I'm gonna be finished walking on the wall, get to the Castle Museum. I don't know if that means that there's a castle also. It just says Castle Museum. So I'll see what that is when I get there. And then after that, I will go back to my hotel, get my rental car, and drive up to Newcastle upon Tyne. Up there is where the Herod's Wall is, from the Romans, where they built the wall to, I guess, make the territory or boundary from the Scottish, or the people from the north. Ooh. So the northern boundary of the Roman Empire. And then I'll be in Edinburgh, Scotland for a couple of days after that. So today I'm in Newcastle, tomorrow I'm in Edinburgh, and then I'll be going all over Scotland, Aberdeen, Inverness, Stirling, Glasgow, etc., etc. Probably seen a bunch of William Wallace statues and stuff like that. My grandma's name was Wallace, so some people think that we are from the same family, but we'll see. I don't think he had any kids, so it would be probably his brothers. He might be a cousin or an uncle. Okay. Very industrialized looking. A lot of brick, a lot of red brick, which makes me think of the 1800s. So I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know where all these bricks come from. I guess in America it's the 1800s, but it doesn't necessarily mean it is here. I know Cambridge was a bunch of red bricks, and that goes back way before the 1800s, so they must have been using red bricks here for longer than that. I do remember seeing the red bricks in India. Apparently King Ashoka built a bunch of temples and everything for Buddhism, and that would have been about 200 BC, 300 BC. So red bricks have been around for a while. I don't know what we got here. Alright, looks like the end. So I must be getting close to the castle. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Henry VII experience. If I can just cross through. But I think the no, I guess you just walk through. Okay, so apparently I have one more wall to go, or one more stretch of wall to go. But I guess this all goes in a circle, so no matter which direction you go, you'll get there eventually. I think I took the long way. But I definitely need the exercise, so that's good. Gorgeous day today. Perfect day to be walking on the wall. Got a nice breeze going. Probably, yeah, this is a good temperature. Probably 77, 78, 79, 80, somewhere around there. Florida is probably like 100 degrees, so better off here for now. Alright. interesting history about York. This is where Emperor Constantine became the emperor of the Roman Empire. I guess he was kind of sworn in here. There's a statue of him down by York Minster. So that's a lot of Roman, or a lot of ancient Romans. I guess it was a Roman colony or Roman city. So a lot of people, I don't think, realize that about England, Britannia. A bunch of Romans. I think Julius Caesar was here in 55 BC, and then over like the next 100 years or so, a bunch of Romans came over, started colonizing the place, building cities. Colchester was a big city. Was destroyed by the Boudica Rebellion, and then they relocated to London, or Londinium. So London's a Roman city, and evidently York is too. A lot of these, like, reminds me of like Mary Poppins or something. All these little chimneys everywhere. These brick chimneys. I did see a Disney store here, so maybe this place has some sort of Disney history as well. Or it's just a good shopping place. There's a lot of little neat shops around, so it's like a big mall. The Shambles is what they call it. Which old these Tudor type buildings, they turn into shops. Retail shops, commercial buildings. Having a problem with my battery. Fortunately, it doesn't charge up fast enough. I was taking pictures and videos and so much to see. that I ended up running out of juice in this phone. I do have a charger, so I can go sit at a restaurant and charge it up, but usually that only gives me like, 5%, maybe 10% if I'm lucky, extra, which just isn't enough. Orange berries, I've never seen those before.
Moment geht's ja auch.
It looks like I'm at the end. So I think that's where I'm going right now, the castle. Alright, so you are here. York Dungeon. York Castle. So it looks like I just go across the street, across the river. Should be right there. Alright, so I'm going to turn this off. We can find the castle. Looks like it's right there. Stay again. Okay. Whew. So I walked around the whole thing, went to the Castle Museum, and now I'm coming back to the end. Go back to my hotel, get my car, and then go to Newcastle. So this is the final stretch of the city wall. That's pretty cool. Shouldn't be too much further to go, but I figured since I walked the whole thing, I might as well catch the end of it on video. I'm going back to where I started now, which I believe they call the Monk Bar, something like that, the Monk Bar Gate. I don't know, but there's the York Minster coming up, which means that the Shambles should be like right that way. I don't know if I'll have a good view of that or not, but let's see if it is. It says Jewberry. I don't know what that means. Let's see what we got up here. Okay. I think my battery's about dead, so I'll try to make this quick. It looks like that's the gate right in front of me. So if I can't see the Shambles from here, I'm not going to. But it's a neat little market village. And you're kind of getting close to it down that way. But not really. Looks like it's gonna rain. Pretty cloudy out. These are like apartments. Ooh.
are either really small or steeps.
Yep, this is it. All right. Richard III experience. So at the beginning. All right, so I'm here finally. It's been a long day of sightseeing. I went to the Shambles for lunch. Oh, actually, here they are right here. I guess I can just walk through them to my hotel. I don't know how much battery I got left. So Shambles for lunch, walked on the city wall around York, went to the Castle Museum, went to Clifford's Tower, which I guess is the keep of the castle. Bunch of these old buildings all over the place. So I think that's the Shambles down that way. I don't know why they call it Shambles. And here is York Minster. I guess I can walk this way. Old English. I want to get this little statue before I sign off, but this is kind of like a good place to close. Here's the York Minster. And Constantine the Great. It says Constantine the Great, 274, 337, proclaimed Roman Emperor in York, 306 AD. Constantine the Great, near this place, Constantine was proclaimed Roman Emperor. His recognition and civil liberties, Christian subjects, conversion of faith, established for those foundations, was Christian. So that is apparently Constantine. And straight ahead is my hotel. Here's the Shambles are that way. Bunch of neat little shops. Alright, well, I guess that's it. This is York. I'll sign off and go get my car. I guess I'll just walk by York Minster. The Minster shop. I don't know, did I go over here? Yeah, I must have. The Dean Court Hotel. That's my hotel straight ahead. So a great location is right across the street from York Minster. Basically a walking distance to everything. Kind of got lucky on this. It's a Best Western too. Got reward points. Alright, time to get my car and get out of here. Signing off. Alright, Dave again. I'm now at, I think it's called the Houseteads. It's an old Roman fort, or what's left of it. So I guess there's ruins of an old Roman fort at Hadrian's Wall up in northern England. So that's where I just saw the entrance and parking lot over there. And then you follow this trail, probably up to that ridge up there at the top. It's a bit chilly. This is in northern England, so it's a little bit colder up here. Yeah, where those people are. I would think it's probably in the 50s today. So my hands are cold, maybe 40s, low 50s at least. It's kind of cloudy. It'd be nice if the sun was out. These look like sheep, maybe. There's a landscape, anyways. I think they call this like Northumbria, something like that. Newcastle. I spent the night in Newcastle last night. It's about, I don't know, 30 minutes away. So this is not too far from the border of Scotland. Actually, I'm on my way there now. I'll be in Edinburgh tonight. Actually, probably in a couple hours. But hopefully it'll be warming up. I'm going to be here for a week. It's cold. So apparently this is the homestead. Is where the Roman soldiers lived while they built the wall. So that's where their families were there for food and so you see like the barracks and residences and such. Goats. No, they're sheep. Yeah, they're sheep. So many sheep in England. Sheep farms are everywhere. There are a lot of walls around. I was driving on the road, there's a wall that kind of follows the road. I don't think it's an actual Hadrian's wall though. I think there's just a bunch of walls around. Smells like sheep. There's a lot of sheep shit around too. Yeah, that's why. Well, nice view. So I think the wall goes from Newcastle to the east side, and then I want to say Carlisle on the west side. And these poppy plants, I think they might be. Gotta get close. This is the farmer, the sheep farmer. There's a museum. We're in the museum. So maybe that's the sheep farm. Picture this out. Alright, so I'm at the Roman fort now. It's called the Houseteads. This is one of the best surviving examples of a housestead. let's go this way. Northernmost border of the Roman Empire. They built this wall, I guess, to preserve their boundaries. Okay, so there it is. Here's the wall down there. You can tell by how thick it is. I'll go this way. This is barracks where the soldiers lived. I wonder how do you get down here. Oh, okay. That's kind of neat. It goes all the way up here to this fort. Well, yeah, here it is. So here is the Roman wall, or the Hadrian's wall, anyways. So, goes way that way to Newcastle, and then continues on that way to Carlisle. Basically from coast to coast. See if I go to this corner, probably going to be another one. So this is the northernmost boundary of the Roman Empire right now. That's pretty cool. It must be there's a bunch of walls. I don't know if that's also Hadrian's wall. of see a bunch of different sections. All kind of. I'm thinking that's probably like people's farmland. Kind of like where some of the sheep are all in that little walled in area. There's sheep there. Just like the boundary for the sheep. So not necessarily the Hadrian's Wall, but it's got to continue from this place here, the Houseteads. So it looks like this is the other side. Okay, it just keeps going that way. Looks like there's probably a good view up there. Might be worth the trip. It's a bit chilly though. It's a really nice view. I'm gonna take some photos.
That's all you can go, right? Just tell Mark that those fences are all over the choice. They can charge them what they want. They can charge them 20 quid a box if they want it. They can make massive dollars in that. Yeah.